Ah, it's nice. You hear that? You know what this vehicle is going to be for? People who want to use this vehicle, who want to go off-roading around nature, but you don't want to disturb the nature. Because that's one thing, like when you're trying to go around nature and see deer and stuff like that, they hear you. They know you're there before you even enter the area, you know? So if you come around in some loud vehicle, you're going to scare them off.
Look, I don't want to talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft.
This is starting to be one of the most popular Jeep Wrangler platforms out there. There's a reason why this is the most populated vehicle that's within the Jeep Wrangler inventory. There's a reason why out of all the Jeep Wranglers in the whole inventory here, the 4xe is what they got the most of. Jeep Wrangler 4xe is the most efficient and modern Jeep Wrangler that's out there today. We ain't talking about the Hellcat, not the 392 swap, none of that. It's got a 2-liter turbo engine and an electric drivetrain. So it could be hybrid, full gas, or full electric. And I want to give a quick thanks to Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Earnhardt out here in Gilbert, Arizona. Their inventory is packed, unlike a lot of other dealerships. Let's get to the video. This right here is a Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 4xe. Now you can see we got a few things different about this vehicle, and honestly, like at first glance, it's a really nice vehicle. First off, this being the Rubicon, it's not as low as the standard height version. You see, also when you look at the suspension, it comes with those red shocks in there. So red ones in the front, as well as the red ones in the back. That's like the standard level. Of course, you can upgrade to the Fox suspension if you want to. It's gonna give you a much sturdy, more durable ride, you know, softer ride. It's a little bit more comfortable over those speed bumps that you're going over all over the place, et cetera, et cetera. Something special about this one, it comes with that nice, special, cool, hard top. You know, it's not just the back portion that's hard, it's the whole thing. The whole top is hard and it's all one piece. So this top has an electric moonroof. That's cool. This moonroof moves back. This style of moonroof has only been out for a couple of years, and I've been seeing it around town, you know. And at first I thought that the manual moonroof. I've done a video of the Jeep Rubicon Extreme Recon version, and that one had the manual style convertible top, basically like a manual version of this, real modular, just like the way that the Jeep Wrangler is, a very modular vehicle. But this one is a little bit more of a modern touch. You get that modern retractable roof. It's a little bit more modern version. And of course you got to get that with this being the electric Jeep. You know, Jeep Wrangler, here you go right here, the charger right here. If you want to charge your vehicle up right there, just put that in right there. You know, adaptable across, you know, you go your Fry's, grocery store, wherever, be able to charge your little baby up. You see right here, something that's cool about this one. This one, the letters are blue, and it's got this cool badge right here. It's like a metallic. This is a metallic baby blue right here. A nice little decal slash stencil right here. That's very nice. I like the way that looks. And something else that's cool about this vehicle, it comes with a 2-liter turbo engine. You know, a 2-liter turbo engine accompanied with the electric drivetrain assist, you know, so that makes it a hybrid. It's not a fully, completely electric vehicle, but it does help you get a little bit of hybrid action going, you know. Everything else about this vehicle is the same, you know, in Jeep format. You know, you just get a few different tactical upgrades, you know, whether it be you want to look at it as modular, or whether you want to look at it as technological upgrades, or, you know, some little bit more advanced upgrades, however you want to look at it. But this one right here, this is what the Alkaline stereo system looks like. So when you be bumping your tunes, it sounds good. And it sounds good. I tested it, but I ain't gonna play no music because, you know, copyright, etc., etc. But something I really like about this, because the roof on this one is not meant to be taken off, you can take these back windows off right here. So like the way that the clips would be removed, usually on the traditional style roof, you got those clips right here in the back. You got 2 clips, so these back windows, both of them can be removed the same way that the original front roof would be able to be removed. So that, you know, you get like a little bit of open feel, you know, open air feel. It's not completely the same as the regular top, you know, like those regular tops, like right here on this Rubicon right here, or even this Rubicon right here with the top like that. That's a standard top, you know, you can take it off, take those 2 front panels off. This one's a little bit different because it has that new electric moves. Now I'm gonna pop that open in a minute. But from the back seat right here, you can see these seats, you know, they go forward, easy style, you know, to add for extra storage, etc., etc. You know, you close this back, Put that back down. Big sturdy tire in the back. You see nice big old blue hooks right there. And for when you go to get your fuel, because you know it's still gas, it goes in right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this hood real quick. You see a couple of different buttons. We're gonna get into that in just a minute. Oh yeah, almost forgot. This one doesn't have a hood pop latch because I swear I do so many vehicles. Sometimes I forget that some of these vehicles, they're all a little different. They all got their little quirks. There we go. 2.0 liter turbo engine. You see it's got a Garrett turbocharger right there. You know, I'll put up the specs right now so you can see the engine specs, power specs, and everything. Also, I'm gonna take this thing on test drive in a little bit. You know, this is a combustion engine. You see engine oil right there. It's really clean in here. A lot of technology. These things are modern. These ain't like the old Jeeps or anything. This is completely different. Completely different. You see it's got the nice big old halogen headlight right there. You know, nice little reflective in the background, you know. Big old halogen. You know, lots of gloss up on here. I like in these blue tow hooks. Originally I thought that these blue tow hooks only came on the 4xe, but they also come on the Willys version as well as the Sahara version. So I might do a video of those ones soon or something like that maybe. We look at the undercarriage of it. It's a really, really clean vehicle. I mean, look at this. I mean, it comes with some big old wheels, 17-inch rims, standard, you know, big old BF Goodrich, nice big tires, 285/70 R17. Those are some big beefy tires. That's what you get when you get the Rubicon. With the Sport, you can see it right there. You got like some regular introductory tires. But this one, you know, it's got the nice beefy weefy tires. But let's go and hop inside here and check it out. First thing you notice when you start it up, it's completely dead silent. You don't hear nothing. It's got a cool little introductory little screen right there. Battery percentage, mileage, average mile per gallon. You see charge over here, and you still got your engine RPM. So you got two parameters, two aspects to this vehicle. You know, a couple of things that's different about this. You got the the four-wheel drive sensor thing right here is a little bit different. So instead of it just saying 4 high, it says 2 high, 4 high auto, and then 4 high part-time. That's something different. That's not on the regular Wrangler. And then you got neutral and then 4 low, of course, and all the rest of the stuff that comes with, you know, your shifter. You got your manual shifting that you can do. But something I like about the Rubicon, it comes with the rear locker. You know, all you gotta do is put in 4-wheel drive, and then you can utilize that. You got the sway bar lock, you got the auxiliary, so you can add yourself a hinge or something right there. You see USB-C, USB auxiliary. The windows. Something I like about Jeeps is the windows roll down here in the center instead of rolling down, you know, on the door itself. It's something a little special. Just AC up a little bit. You got a 12-volt DC right there, and something I can't get over is like just how silent it is inside here. I really like how silent it is inside of this thing. That's something that's really special about this thing. When you look at the seats, it got that nice blue stitching right there. You see these seats? Nice blue stitching on here. That's blue. The blue is like the theme for the 4xe. You know, it's got Rubicon written right there. You look in the back, it's got blue stitching throughout the whole thing. You know, but other than that, the most of this vehicle is pretty much the same as like the regular Rubicon. You know, it's nothing really different about it as far as the aesthetics of what makes a Jeep Wrangler a Jeep Wrangler. You know, the main thing that's different about it, of course, this one has the upgraded headliner though. I'm going to retract that right now. I'm going to do it right now. Check this out. You see that? The only thing that's different really is the drivetrain. So that's nice. Look at that. So the drivetrain is different. So it's not a full electric. It's just a hybrid vehicle. You know, so you get the 2-liter turbo with the electric edition. We're going to go over that in the test drive in a second, you know, because it looks really nice. And what I can say about this, when I had the sunroof closed, you do notice a little bit of external noise. So similar to the other drop top that I did, you know, the one that has like the modular manual drop top where you undo the clips and you pull the thing back. You know, it's got like a little piston thing that pushes it back, helps it push back. And that one wasn't electric. I'll put a link you should see up here soon. That one was the Rubicon Extreme Edition, with like a regular V6, but I digress. But the other style of drop top isn't the same as this one. One thing I will say that's similar is they got like a little airy feel, so they're not really, I wouldn't say that they're really ideal for really, really cold weather. Because one thing I did was I took the Extreme Recon with the sunroof that opens up. I took that one up north, like where it's like really cold, and it was like you could feel that external that temperature get inside the vehicle like quick. Went to the Grand Canyon, like that cold air gets in there quick, as well as a lot of wind noise. It seems like this drop top is more ideal for warm areas, warmer climates, versus like if you're going to be living somewhere where it's really cold. I wouldn't suggest one of these drop tops because your insulation is going to be dropped down significantly. You're going to lose some insulation for the vehicle, and you don't want to be losing your insulation, especially when it's cold. Because you want to be able to keep your heat inside. You want to hop in the car and it's freezing after you step out for just 5 minutes. But out here in Arizona, it gets kind of hot. But this thing is actually nice, so I think I might leave it open for a little bit just so I can drive it a bit, because it actually looks pretty cool. Before I take this around the corner, I'm gonna show you the multimedia system real quick. Now you see right here, it's I like this little 8-inch screen right here that comes in like all the Wranglers. It's really, really responsive. The same multimedia that comes in the Dodge Charger and the Challenger as well. That's something I noticed. And you see it's really responsive. You can go on there and see all your apps, GPS settings in there. All this stuff up here on this one, you can change the way you see it. You can see some of your settings and parameters up here, but you can see it's like the same thing over here, but way more in depth over here. But like I said, you got climate control. You can push that right there, or you can just do climate control down there. But something else that's different about this one, you see you got a little charge button right here. This is like for that regenerative braking. Back to the multimedia system. Like I said before, this is a very, very responsive one, and you can see all your parameters for when you're driving and everything on here. So you can see like your backup camera, you can see your angle and everything. Let's see what else you can do in here. This one has a heated steering wheel, so you got heated steering wheel button right there and the heated seat button right there. So this is like not like the older Wranglers. This is like Wrangler, but like a lot more modern. I think this is the most modern type of Wrangler that you can get, is the 4xe or 4xe, depending on what you want to call it. Like I said, everything on here it's pretty easy to understand. You got off-road pages, so the off-road page is just like the performance pages on the Charger. It takes a couple seconds to load, but once you let it load, it'll let you see like your steering angle, your pitch, and your climbing angle and everything for when you're driving. It let you see all the specs of the vehicle a lot better. Coolant temperature, oil and temperature, battery, oil pressure. It lets you see everything. Like I said, pitch and roll, drivetrain. So when you got it in 4-wheel drive, 4 high, 4 low, it lets you see exactly what you got going right here, as well as your steering angle. So when I turn that, it updates. You see that part is a little bit slower, because you're running another level of vehicle parameters. But still, like, for what you get, that's a really, really cool setting right there. All right, I'm going to take this vehicle on a test drive now. Hey, I hope you're enjoying the video. But real quick, I want to tell you a little bit of important information. Now, hold on real quick. The video's going to come back in like 15 seconds. So I want to share something with you. Very important. I got another YouTube channel, my main YouTube channel. And on that channel, I share some very important information. Probably some of the most important information you're going to be able to find on YouTube. All right. It's not just information about cars. It's information about you. People, your health. And this is really important because there's so many people out there who suffer from things like IBS, inflammation, joint pain, back pain, there's so many things. So if you've never heard of alkaline versus acidic food, H3O2, you got IBS, you want to learn how to do detox for free, all kind of little methods, as well as some little product reviews, I suggest you check out my other channel. Back to the video. Link below in the description. So as I drive, I'm going to give you like a real in-depth, up to date, like what I'm feeling, what I'm going on, what's going on, feedback, etc., etc. But when I get going, it's still very silent. The RPM gauge is still at 0. So right now, when you're going off the line, it feels like you're just using the electric battery, electric motors and everything, the electric drivetrain. Just driving regularly, it still feels, similar to a regular Jeep Wrangler. It doesn't feel like some crazy obscure vehicle. And also, don't get it twisted. Do not think that you're getting this and it's going to be driving similar to like how a Tesla drives. But you do hear a little bit of that little whininess that you get from electric vehicles. That's something I really, really like about this, because that lets you know that you're full electric, so you don't hear like electric slash gas or anything. And that's a good sound. I like, me personally, I like the sound of the electric vehicles, but at the same time, pros and cons to what you're getting. So this is like, it's up to you what you're gonna use it for. Now over here on the side, there's a button that says hybrid, electric, or e-save. So you can choose to save gas, save your electricity. You can go full electric or you can do hybrid. So hybrid is like kind of like automatic, and it'll switch between what the needs of what you're doing. So basically, if you're going, like, it seems like just driving around, driving around regular, electric does the job just fine. But I'm pretty sure once you get going a little more, like right now, the engine is just cut on. Now it's doing 2,000 RPM. So now it's like a combination of both of them together. So once you really get going, when you really step on the gas a little bit more or accelerate, or this one is still gas because it's not a fully electric vehicle. So yeah, once you step on the gas, the gasoline engine cuts on. So now it's like both of them working together. Now now once it cuts on, it feels like you don't really get much of the electric unless you're like really trying to step on it, because like I said, they're both trying to work together, right? So if you could just imagine a little bit of gas and electric to make it go. So this is, like I said, it's a 2-liter turbo engine. With the electric, it makes it nice and silent, because the gas engine doesn't have to work so hard to get this vehicle going, because it's like having like a helper inside there help the vehicle get going. So let me show you. When you look right there, you can see everything that's going on. Miles per gallon, average miles per gallon, range as well. You see the fuel you got. You see your battery percentage, and you see the way that it's right here, over here, it's going to charge and everything. You see your engine RPM. Now the engine just cut back off. The gasoline engine cut back off. So I guess you gotta play with it. But right now, like I said, I got it in hybrid, so I'm just gonna switch it to full electric. And it says right there, electric mode saves fuel for later use. So let's see what pure electric drives like. Okay, so I think the main idea of this vehicle is being just a really fuel efficient or efficient Jeep Wrangler. If you want to go super fast, I would suggest you get one like with the 392, or maybe wait for them to come up with the Hurricane motor in this thing, or get like one with like a Hellcat swap or something like that. This is more like, you want to drive the same as like the regular V6 model, but you want to be able to, be a little bit more efficient, eco-friendly, et cetera, et cetera. It's a cool vehicle, as well as you get to drive a Jeep Wrangler, but like with a different approach, So it's a Jeep Wrangler platform, frame, suspension, drivetrain, with 4x4, you get the Jeep 4x4 style. Everything is laid out just the same way the regular Jeep Wrangler is laid out. The main thing that's really different is you get that electric drivetrain, as well as you get the 2-liter turbo engine. So now I'm gonna switch it to e-save. Okay, so e-save mode saves battery use for later. So now I'm just using the gasoline engine. Ooh, now you hear that little 4-cylinder turbo, and it's a lot louder now. And it's by themselves, it's not very powerful. Like it's at 3,000 RPM, and it's like that's me stepping on it, and it didn't really go anywhere. So it wasn't. I mean, I'm not being dramatic. I'm not exaggerating. It's just a brutally honest, just being honest, just sharing it. Like I said, in e-save or just pure electric mode, it doesn't drive too great. Where it really does good is in hybrid mode. So you switch it to hybrid mode. Hybrid mode automatically adapts for most efficient driving. That's where it thrives. That's where it does its best at, all right, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna pop this thing open. I got it in hybrid mode, but now I'm gonna see what it drives like with the top back, because I got the most luxurious thing you can do is have the top open with the AC on, The weather's nice today. I can enjoy some nice wind. It's nice. You hear that? It's like, woo, 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 woo. Let me give you some engine noise. Did you hear it? Like how silent this thing is? You hear like a little tiny bit of a wee. You know what this vehicle is going to be for? People who want to use this vehicle, who want to go off-roading around nature, but you don't want to disturb the nature. Because that's one thing, like when you're trying to go around nature and see deer and stuff like that, they hear you. They know you're there before you even enter the area, So if you come around in some loud vehicle, you're going to scare them off. Just something to give you a little bit of perspective, you see? So I think that's where this thing is gonna be able to thrive at. That's where it's really gonna catch its stride. It's gonna be in that outdoor wilderness, Ranger Park Jerry, kind of vibe, kind of thing going on, because gasoline vehicles are, granted, gasoline's more readily available, but here's a loophole around it. If you can manage to get some solar panels, then you have an unlimited supply of electricity, right? Unlimited within reason, but not only would it be free, free electricity, but say if the gas station runs out of gas, if you got solar panels, you can still get electricity, especially if you got like solar panels set apart from your main house and you just got the solar panels, just for the vehicle, then you're going to be able to enjoy, charge your vehicle and not even worry about having to pay for fuel, But of course, this one is a hybrid. The thing with this is you sip gas. You just, instead of like guzzling, like, look, I'm thirsty, man. This thing just sips it. It sips gas, opposed to guzzling it and drinking it all up, like a lot of vehicles do these days. Even the regular V6, as even though it's more efficient than the older V6, it still could be. Imagine it could be if it was more efficient. Imagine if they made the V6 with the hybrid. But now I know I'm just living in dream world right now. But that'd be awesome if they did that. Now I'm gonna show you the outside of this thing, what the drop top looks like all the way down, because even I was curious about that. Now you see it right there. That's what it looks like from the outside. It's like crinkled up and bunched up. Now it doesn't even take up a lot of space. Now the manual type one, when you open that one, it's got like it kind of looks a little obscure versus this one's like really a lot more modern. It's hidden away. It doesn't like take up a bunch of space or anything. And I like that. It doesn't get in the way. And like I said, this thing is more ideal for sunny, warm areas. So if you live in that nice warm area and you want to be able to enjoy that sun, that's what this is for. So people who are in those cold areas, it's not really ideal for that unless you're like okay with cold, cause I've seen some crazy weirdos, take with the regular Jeep Wrangler and take the whole top off and everything when it's wintertime, freezing cold, and they still got the top off. Like, man, you crazy. You different breed of person right there. But yeah, this vehicle is it's a nice one. This one's a real stunner right here, and I really like the way it looks. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Show you what that looks like from outside. See, it's real streamlined. Don't take up a lot of space or nothing. That's nice right there. Now this vehicle is for someone, like I said, who wants to be able to go off-road, but like wants like the most modern type of Jeep that you can get, most modern type of Jeep Wrangler you can get. Now you got some people who are going to be stubborn. They only want to get the V6, the 4-cylinder, or not even 4-cylinder term. I want the V6 or I want a VA, American muscle only, please. Some people they're just hardwired like that. But this is for someone who's more like open to like modern, future kind of technology. Because look at this. This looks cool. I got a regular Rubicon right here next, and that's going to be what my next video is on. The 4xe versus the Rubicon. Both of these are Rubicons, but in the next video, it's going to be comparing the two. I'm going to drive the V6 compared to the 4-cylinder. So if you're interested in that, I suggest you check out my next video because it's going to be going down in there. And like I said, this is for someone who wants, the best modern technology that you can get. This is like the top of the line Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, in my opinion, without going to a 392, because 392 is cool, but it's lacking. It's lacking these days, because you can say you don't get a Jeep for miles per gallon, but there's plenty of people who still consider miles per gallon, because if you say miles per gallon, you'll get less miles if you run out of gas, right? So you want to be able to your gas to last as long as possible, so you can get the most miles per gallon, right? I talk about Jeep Wranglers being fuel efficient, and like nobody cares about fuel efficiency. Yeah, smart people do. Smart people care about fuel efficiency, because I know the more efficient my Jeep is, the more fun I can have and go out there. The more fun you can have going out there and enjoying the nature. Going off road and et cetera, et cetera. It's like only like a closed-minded person is gonna think that fuel efficiency isn't important. This is nice. Like, look at this. The coolest tech right here. Those headlights are killer with the halogens on them, the blue on there. Nice. Plus with this new back right here that's been out for a couple years with the hard. This isn't just a regular hard top, you know, that regular hard top, you know, that glossy hard top, you know, almost like a G-Wagon looking, has been out for a while, but not with this new kind of moonroof right here. That's not even moonroof. This is more like a sky roof, you know, that new sky roof, that the whole drop top. It's nice, you know, you got that open view, that real safari experience. That's what you want to get, you know, that real safari experience. And I don't know about you, I personally do not enjoy the smell of gasoline emissions, you know, exhaust and stuff like that. Stuff gets annoying after a while, you know. You ever been in like an old vehicle, you know, like something from like the 80s, and you smell it, like, dang, I can't believe that used to be normal. Or like I used to have a classic. I remember, like, you get in the classic, and like I remember my classic had like the original engine, and it had the gas thing in there behind the front seat. It was crazy. And you smell all that mess, like, man, this is crazy. That was normal back then. And you know, so the way the future is going, more and more modern and modern. So I see it like in the future, they're probably gonna have a completely electric version of this, you know. If you're getting one of these to go fast, get a 392 or a Hellcat. That's gonna be your best bet. Or wait till they come up with the Hurricane version. Otherwise, if you want something that's more efficient than any other Jeep Wrangler out there, more efficient, you know, like miles per gallon, this is gonna give you miles per gallon, all right? You're gonna sip gas, all right? Sip gas, like I said. Especially if you can get hooked up to some solar panel kind of power source, you're the most fuel efficient vehicle on the road, you know? As far as vehicle that's still using fuel. It's a stage meaning. If you stayed all the way to the end, make sure you please hit that like button. If you're not, please subscribe, because I got a small YouTube channel. I'm trying to get this thing growing so I can make more content for you guys, more good content, because I like to do in-depth car reviews. You know, I like to get all up in there and show everything in there, all right? So I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.